First contact in the shadows. Commander Elena Martinez hadn't expected to die on Mars. Yet here she was, pressed against the rusty walls of an ancient tunnel, her oxygen recycler wheezing with each breath. The Aegis Corporation's mercenaries were getting closer, their heavy boots echoing through the crystalline passages she'd discovered beneath the Martian surface. The mission had gone sideways the moment her team uncovered the structure. What should have been a routine geological survey had turned into a nightmare when the Corp ships appeared in orbit, demanding immediate evacuation of the site. Elena's refusal had cost the lives of 2 of her crew members. Now she was the only one left to protect humanity's greatest discovery, proof of intelligent alien life. Her suit's heads-up display flickered, showing only 30 minutes of oxygen remaining. The tunnels seemed to pulse with an inner light, patterns that hadn't been visible when they first breached the structure. Elena pressed her gloved hand against the wall, and the crystalline surface responded, rippling like liquid metal. "Command, this is Martinez," she whispered into her comm. "If you receive this, the rumors were true. There's something down here. Something that shouldn't exist." Static was her only reply. A flash of movement caught her eye, not the harsh beams of Merc flashlights, but something fluid and graceful. The wall beneath her hand suddenly grew warm, and before she could pull away, it liquefied, drawing her through with impossible gentleness. Elena found herself in a vast chamber that defied physics. Crystalline spires reached toward a ceiling that seemed to contain an entire galaxy, while floating platforms of light drifted between them. But it was the beings that held her attention, 3 figures composed of living crystal and light, their forms suggesting humanoid shapes while remaining distinctly alien. "The warrior returns to us," one of them spoke, its voice resonating directly in Elena's mind. "Different face, different form, but the same spirit we have awaited." Elena's scientific training warred with the impossible sight before her. "What, who are you?" "We are the Luminari," another answered, its crystalline form shifting through colors like an aurora. "We were ancient when your kind first looked to the stars with wonder. We have waited here, in this sanctuary, for one who would bridge our worlds." The third Luminari moved closer, its presence sending tingles through Elena's suit systems. "Your pursuers carry corruption in their hearts. They seek our knowledge not for understanding, but for power. As it was before, as it has always been." Elena's tactical training kicked in, processing the situation. "The corporations, they knew about you. That's why they tried to stop our survey. Some among your kind discovered fragments of our existence," the first Luminari explained. "They have spent decades searching, not realizing we chose this moment, chose you, Elena Martinez." The chamber shuddered as explosions echoed from above. The mercs were getting closer, using breaching charges to access the lower levels. Elena checked her weapon, a standard-issue plasma rifle that suddenly seemed inadequate in this ancient place. "Your weapons cannot harm them," the second Luminari said, reading her thoughts. "But we offer something greater. A chance to prevent a war that would devastate both our peoples. The knowledge these invaders seek, it was never meant for those who would use it for dominion." Elena thought of her dead crew members, of the corporation's ruthless pursuit of power, of humanity's precarious position as it reached for the stars. "What do you need from me?" The 3 Luminari moved in perfect synchronization, their crystalline forms creating complex patterns of light. "Accept our gift. Become the bridge between worlds. But know that this path, once taken, cannot be undone. You will be transformed, as others before you were transformed." Another explosion rocked the chamber, closer this time. Elena could hear voices echoing through the tunnels. Her oxygen indicator blinked a 15-minute warning. "The warrior's heart beats strong," the third Luminari observed. "You fear, yet you do not flee. You question, yet you understand. This is why you were chosen." Elena took a deep breath, her decision crystallizing like the beings before her. "Show me. Show me everything." The Luminari moved forward as one, their forms beginning to merge with her suit. Energy coursed through her systems, through her body, through her mind. Knowledge flooded her consciousness, the true history of Mars, of Earth, of humanity's place in a much larger cosmic dance. As the chamber's entrance exploded inward and armed figures pushed through the debris, Elena felt herself changing. The Luminari's power flowed through her, transforming her suit, her weapons, her very being. She understood now why the corporations had been so desperate to claim this place, and why they could never be allowed to succeed. She turned to face the intruders, her form now wreathed in crystalline light. The mercenaries froze, weapons raised but fingers hesitating on triggers as they beheld what their quarry had become. "This sanctuary is protected," Elena's voice resonated with new power. "Leave now, or face the consequences of your choices." The chamber hummed with ancient energy as humanity's first true contact with the Luminari reached its culmination. The war for Mars' secrets was about to begin, and Elena Martinez, no longer entirely human but not quite Luminari, would stand at its center, defending two worlds that had yet to understand how desperately they needed each other. Secrets of the Starborn. The crystalline chamber beneath Mars' surface had become a battlefield of light. Elena's transformed body channeled the Luminari's power, creating barriers of pure energy that deflected the mercenaries' weapons. Each shot they fired was absorbed into the ancient walls, feeding the chamber's defenses. "Last warning," Elena projected, her voice carrying the harmonics of both human speech and Luminari resonance. "The knowledge here isn't meant for corporate weapons development. Stand down." The lead mercenary, his tactical suit bearing Aegis Corporation's distinctive red stripe, stepped forward. "Commander Martinez, you've been compromised. Look at yourself. These aliens have infected you." Through her enhanced senses, Elena could perceive the fear beneath his bravado. The Luminari's memories flowed through her consciousness, showing her countless cycles of discovery in conflict across millennia. Always the same pattern, those who sought power inevitably feared what they couldn't control. "What they've given me is understanding," Elena replied. "The Luminari aren't our enemies. They're our warning system." Before the mercenaries could respond, the chamber's crystalline surfaces rippled. The three Luminari who had transformed Elena emerged from the walls, their forms more distinct now that she could perceive them through her changed senses. They moved with liquid grace, surrounding the intruders. "Show them," Elena urged her new allies. "Show them what's coming." The chamber darkened, and above their heads, the galaxy map transformed. Stars winked out in patterns, creating a wave of darkness that moved inexorably toward Earth's solar system. The mercenaries lowered their weapons, transfixed by the display. "The void hunger approaches," the first Luminari announced, its voice resonating through human minds and technology alike. "It has consumed 1,000 civilizations. Yours will be next, unless we stand together." Images flashed through the chamber, worlds turned to ash, entire species reduced to empty husks, and at the center of it all, a darkness that defied description. Elena felt the memories of countless battles, countless losses, as the Luminari fought to contain this cosmic horror. "This is why we waited," the second Luminari explained. "Why we chose this moment to reveal ourselves. Your species stands at a crossroads. Your technology approaches the level that once marked our own awakening. But you remain divided, fighting amongst yourselves." The lead mercenary's hands shook as he holstered his weapon. "If this threat is real, why contact a survey team? Why not approach Earth's governments directly?" "Because governments can be corrupted," Elena answered, understanding flowing through her transformed consciousness. "Corporations can be bought." They needed someone who would see the truth and act on it, regardless of profit or power. The third Luminari moved forward, its crystalline form pulsing with urgency. "Time grows short. The void hunger accelerates. Already it has sensed your world's awakening technology. Your quantum experiments, your dark matter research, they are beacons in the night." Elena turned to the mercenaries, her transformed appearance now serving as a bridge between two species. "You have a choice. Help us warn Earth, or try to claim this knowledge for your corporate masters. But know that the Luminari chose me for a reason. I won't let this sanctuary fall into the wrong hands." The squad exchanged looks, decades of training warring with the impossible reality before them. Finally, the leader spoke. "Even if we believe you, Aegis has a fleet in orbit. They'll blast this entire site to dust before letting anyone else claim it. Then we'll need to show them something more valuable than weapons," Elena said, an idea forming in her hybrid mind. "The Luminari don't just offer warnings, they offer salvation. Technology that could transform Mars, end resource wars, unite humanity against the real threat." The chamber hummed with increased energy as the Luminari responded to her thoughts. Holographic displays materialized, showing terraforming technologies beyond human understanding, energy systems that could power cities without pollution, medical advances that could end disease. "Your commander speaks truth," the first Luminari confirmed. "All this we offer freely, to prepare you for what comes. But first, you must choose sides in a war you didn't know existed." The mercenary leader removed his helmet, revealing a face marked by years of corporate warfare. "Martinez, if even half of this is true, Aegis will never let the information go public. They'll silence everyone involved." Elena smiled, her expression visible despite her crystalline transformation. "That's assuming they can catch us. The Luminari didn't build just one sanctuary, and Mars holds more secrets than your employers could imagine." The chamber's walls shifted, revealing tunnels that seemed to stretch across the entire planet. The Luminari moved in perfect synchronization, their forms creating patterns that spoke of ancient power and purpose. "Choose quickly," Elena urged the mercenaries. "Because the next wave of your friends will be here soon, and we need to be gone before they arrive. The void hunger isn't waiting for humanity to sort out its corporate politics." In orbit above Mars, Aegis Corporation's fleet commanders watched in confusion as their ground team's signals vanished. Deep beneath the surface, Elena Martinez, part human, part Luminari, prepared to show humanity that its greatest threat, and its greatest hope, came from the stars themselves. Alliance of Two Worlds. The heart of Olympus Mons concealed secrets that even the Luminari had kept hidden from their own records. Elena led her unlikely alliance, 3 crystalline beings of ancient power and 6 former Aegis mercenaries, through tunnels that predated human civilization. Her transformed body illuminated the path, casting prismatic light across walls inscribed with mathematical formulas that seemed to shift and change as they passed. "The network extends throughout the solar system," Elena explained, her hybrid consciousness processing vast amounts of Luminari knowledge. "Mars was never just a planet, it's a hub, a fortress built to monitor the void hunger's advance." Captain Marcus Reed, the former Aegis squad leader, checked his modified scanner. "Fleets mobilizing above. They're bringing in the heavy cruisers. Whatever we're going to do, we need to do it fast." The second Luminari, who had taken the name Aurora for human convenience, flowed forward like living mercury. "The humans speak truth. Aegis vessels carry weapons reverse-engineered from fragments of our technology. They cannot breach our deepest sanctuaries, but they could collapse enough of the surface to trap us here." Elena stopped at an intersection where the crystalline walls pulsed with deeper light. Her transformed senses detected power flows that dwarfed anything humanity had achieved. "Then it's time we show Earth exactly what they're dealing with. Helios, can you access the beacon network?" The first Luminari, Helios, stretched its crystalline form toward the ceiling. "The ancient arrays still function, but activation will alert others beyond Aegis. Are you prepared for such attention, Elena Martinez?" She smiled, her face now a mesmerizing blend of human features and crystalline light. "Earth needs to understand that corporate greed isn't their biggest problem. The void hunger has already consumed 3 star systems in the past month. We're running out of time for subtlety." The third Luminari, Nova, moved to one of the walls, merging partially with its surface. "The humans you once served will not easily accept our existence, let alone the greater threat. Fear leads to violence. Violence leads to destruction. Then we give them something stronger than fear, Elena said, placing her transformed hand against the wall next to Nova. Hope. Show them what Mars could become, what humanity could achieve with the Luminari as allies. The chamber responded to their combined touch. Energy surged through the ancient networks, and above them, the surface of Mars began to change. The Luminari's terraforming systems, dormant for millennia, awakened. In orbit, Aegis Corporation's fleet commanders watched in awe as geometric patterns of light spread across the planet's surface. Massive crystalline structures emerged from the dust, each one a testament to technology beyond human understanding. Captain Reed's comm unit crackled with urgent transmissions. Elena, every telescope on Earth is going crazy. Whatever you just did, you've got everyone's attention. Good, Elena replied, her voice carrying both human determination and Luminari wisdom. Because now comes the hard part. Helios, show them what's at stake. The ancient arrays activated, projecting images into space that every satellite and telescope could detect. The void hunger's advance became visible to all, a wave of absolute darkness consuming stars, leaving only empty husks of once living worlds. They'll try to suppress this, Reed warned, though his voice carried less conviction now. Aegis, the other core, they've built entire empires on controlling information. Elena's transformed body pulsed with brighter light as she accessed more of the sanctuary's power. Let them try. The Luminari didn't choose me because I was willing to stay quiet. They chose me because I understand that sometimes humanity needs a shock to wake up. Aurora flowed through the chamber's systems, enhancing the broadcast. The corporate fleets approach. They will attempt to seize control of the arrays. Not if we show them something more valuable than weapons, Elena said. She reached deeper into her connection with the Luminari network, accessing knowledge that had been waiting for this moment. Nova, initiate the Genesis protocol. The chamber hummed with unprecedented power as Nova merged with the ancient machinery. Above them, Mars' atmosphere began to shimmer with new energy. Clouds formed where none had existed for billions of years. At strategic points across the surface, crystalline structures released carefully engineered bacteria, the first stage of true terraforming. By all that's holy, Reed whispered, watching the data on his scanner. You're not just sending a message. You're transforming the entire planet. This is just the beginning, Elena replied. The Luminari built these systems to restore worlds the void hunger had consumed. Mars is a demonstration, proof that humanity doesn't need to fight over dwindling resources. We can create them instead. The chamber's displays showed the corporate fleets holding position, their weapons powered down as they witnessed the impossible transformation above. But Elena knew this moment of awe wouldn't last. They'll make their decision soon, Helios observed. Your kind always does. Creation or destruction. There is rarely middle ground. Elena nodded, her crystalline features reflecting the ancient chamber's light. Then we make sure they understand the stakes. Nova, prepare the sanctuary's defenses. Aurora, activate the deep space monitors. Captain Reed, get your team ready. She turned to face her unlikely allies, human and Luminari standing together beneath Mars' changing sky. The core will either accept a new future, or they'll try to steal it. Either way, we'll be ready. Because the void hunger isn't slowing down, and humanity's petty wars won't mean anything if we can't unite against what's coming. The chamber's crystals pulsed with power as Mars continued its transformation above. In orbit, fleet commanders argued over their next move. And in the vast darkness between stars, something ancient and hungry took notice of the changes, adjusting its course toward the awakening planet that dared to shine so brightly. The hidden truth. Earth's response came not in words but in actions. Within hours of Mars' transformation beginning, a new fleet emerged from hyperspace, sleek vessels bearing the unified insignia of the Global Defense Force. Elena watched their approach through the Luminari's enhanced sensor network, her transformed consciousness processing countless tactical scenarios. "They've been preparing for something like this," Captain Reed said, studying the fleet formations. "Those ships, they're not corporate design. Too advanced." Helios flowed beside them, its crystalline form reflecting the chamber's pulsing light. "Your governments have kept secrets from their own people. They found more than just fragments of our technology." The revelation hit Elena with crushing clarity. They've known about the void hunger all along. That's why they let the corporations expand so aggressively into space. They were building a defense network under the cover of commercial exploitation. Aurora's form shifted with concern. "Yet they did not seek us out, though they must have detected our presence." "Why?" The answer came in the form of a transmission that cut through all attempts at blocking it. The chamber's crystals resonated with the incoming signal, and a holographic figure materialized before them, Admiral Chen of the Global Defense Force, her uniform bearing medals Elena had never seen before. "Commander Martinez," Chen's voice carried authority in something else, recognition. "Or should I say, Subject 07. Your transformation is proceeding exactly as our models predicted." Elena felt the Luminari's surprise ripple through their shared consciousness. "What are you talking about? Did your new friends not tell you?" Chen's smile held no warmth. "You're not the first human they've transformed. Just the first to survive the process long enough to be useful." Nova surged forward, its crystalline structure bristling with defensive energy. "Deception. We chose Elena Martinez for her spirit, her integrity. You chose her because her genetic profile matched your previous attempts," Chen cut in. "We've been watching you for decades, studying your failures. Did you think we wouldn't notice the bodies? The other explorers and soldiers you tried to bridge with?" Elena's mind reeled, but her hybrid consciousness processed the implications with brutal efficiency. The corporations, the competition for Mars, it was all a cover. "You wanted me to find them, to undergo the transformation. Humanity needs weapons to fight the void hunger," Chen confirmed. "The corporations built our ships, but the Luminari? They could give us something far more valuable, hybrid soldiers capable of channeling their power. We just needed proof it could work." Captain Reed raised his rifle, though whether to protect Elena or defend against her, even he seemed unsure. "All those teams that disappeared on Mars, they weren't killed by corporate warfare. Some were genuine accidents," Chen said. "Others were necessary sacrifices to maintain the coverage story. But you, Martinez, you were always special. Your psychological profile, your genetic markers, everything pointed to you being the one who could survive integration with Luminari energy." Elena turned to Helios, to Aurora, to Nova, her allies, her transformers, perhaps her unwitting manipulators. "Is it true? Were there others before me?" The three Luminari moved in perfect synchronization, their forms conveying both regret and determination. "We sought bridges between our peoples," Helios admitted. "Many brave souls volunteered when they learned the truth. None could contain our essence until you. But we did not collude with these deceivers," Aurora added. "The hybridization was meant to be a gift, freely given and freely accepted. They twisted our intentions, manipulated events. To save humanity," Chen interrupted. "The void hunger doesn't care about intentions or ethics. It consumes everything in its path. We needed weapons, and the Luminari were too cautious, too bound by their ancient restrictions." The chamber's defenses hummed as Elena processed everything, the lies, the manipulation, the deaths that had preceded her transformation. But through her connection to the Luminari network, she sensed something else, something the Global Defense Force had missed. "You don't understand what you're dealing with," Elena said, her hybrid form pulsing with newfound purpose. "The transformation isn't about creating weapons. It's about understanding the true nature of the void hunger, why it consumes worlds." She stretched out her transformed hand, and the chamber's displays changed, showing patterns that had been hidden even from the Luminari's conscious knowledge. "The others didn't die because they were incompatible. They died because they learned the truth too quickly, couldn't process it. The void hunger isn't just some cosmic horror, it's a reflection of consciousness itself, of the darkness that exists in all sentient life. The chamber erupted with energy as Elena accessed deeper levels of the sanctuary's archives. Above them, Mars continued its transformation, but now new patterns emerged, symbols and structures that even the Luminari had forgotten. "We've wasted too much time fighting each other," Elena declared, her voice carrying both human passion and Luminari wisdom. "The hybridization isn't about creating super soldiers. It's about understanding our own nature, so we can face the darkness without becoming it." Admiral Chen's hologram flickered as the chamber's power grew. "Pretty philosophy won't stop the void hunger, Martinez. We need weapons, not enlightenment." "No," Elena said, her transformed body radiating with purpose. "What we need is unity. Real unity, not just tactical alliances." The Luminari didn't keep failing to create hybrids, they were waiting for humanity to be ready for the truth. "And now, thanks to your manipulation, we're out of time to do this gradually." The displays showed the void hunger's approach, closer than ever. But through her hybrid senses, Elena finally understood what they were really facing, and what needed to be done to stop it. "Captain Reed," she turned to the former mercenary, "get your team to the secondary chamber. Admiral Chen, recall your fleet. The real battle isn't between humans and Luminari, or corporations and governments. What's coming is going to test us all in ways none of our plans prepared for." The chamber's crystals pulsed with ancient power as Elena Martinez, hybrid, bridge, and now prophet, prepared to reveal the ultimate truth about humanity's place in the cosmos, and the real reason the Luminari had waited so long to make contact. Dawn of Unity. The ancient chamber beneath Mars thrummed with power as Elena Martinez, transformed by Luminari energy, prepared to challenge everything both species thought they knew about their place in the universe. The holographic displays surrounding them showed the void hunger's approach, no longer just a wave of darkness, but a mirror reflecting the collective fears and destructive impulses of all conscious life. "Every civilization faces this moment," Elena explained, her hybrid form radiating with understanding. "The void hunger isn't just coming for us, it's born from us. From the darkness within all sentient beings." Admiral Chen's hologram remained skeptical. "Poetic, but our sensors show a very real threat approaching our solar system. Whatever its nature, it needs to be stopped." "You're right about that," Elena agreed, "but not about how to stop it. The Luminari didn't create the hybridization process as a weapon. They created it as a bridge, not just between species, but between states of consciousness itself." The chamber's crystals pulsed as Elena accessed deeper levels of Luminari knowledge. The walls became transparent, revealing vast machinery that extended throughout the planet's core. Mars itself was not just a sanctuary but a key to understanding the cosmos. "The previous hybrid attempts didn't fail," Helios explained, its crystalline form resonating with Elena's energy. "They showed us humanity wasn't ready. Your kind needed to reach this moment of crisis, of potential extinction, to truly understand what was at stake." Captain Reed and his team watched in awe as new displays activated, showing the true history of intelligent life in the galaxy. Cycles of civilization rising, facing the void hunger, and either transcending or being consumed by it. "The void hunger feeds on division," Aurora added. "On fear, hatred, the desire for power over others. Each civilization that fell to it didn't just die, they became part of it, their darkness amplifying its strength." Elena moved to the center of the chamber, her transformed body channeling unprecedented levels of Luminari energy. "But there's another way. The hybridization isn't about creating superior beings, it's about showing us what we can become when we truly unite." Above them, Mars continued its transformation, but now with new purpose. The crystalline structures weren't just terraforming the planet, they were creating a resonance pattern that rippled through space itself. "We don't have time for gradual change anymore," Elena declared. "The void hunger is too close. But thanks to humanity's desperate preparations and the Luminaries' ancient wisdom, we have one chance to face it differently. Admiral Chen's expression shifted as her own sensors detected the change in Mars' energy patterns. What are you proposing, Martinez? The Global Defense Force built ships powered by fragments of Luminari tech. The corporations developed weapons based on their energy principles. And the Luminari themselves created this sanctuary as a prototype for something greater. Elena's voice carried the weight of revelation. Together, we can turn Mars into a beacon, not of war, but of transformation. The chamber's machinery activated fully for the first time in millennia. Captain Reed's scanner showed energy readings that defied measurement. The whole planet is becoming a transmitter. More than that, Nova corrected, its crystalline form pulsing with anticipation. It's becoming a catalyst. The hybridization process that changed Elena can be modified, expanded. Not to create weapons, but to offer choice. Understanding dawned on Chen's face. You're going to offer the transformation to everyone? Not force it, offer it, Elena clarified. The void hunger is almost here. Humanity can face it with weapons and fear, becoming what they fight, or they can choose to evolve. To see the darkness within themselves and master it rather than be mastered by it. The chamber shook as Mars' core resonated with ancient power. Through the Luminari network, Elena broadcast her message to every ship, every station, every receiver on Earth. You've all seen the evidence of what's coming, her voice reached across the solar system. Now see the truth of what we can become. Through their sensors, through their screens, through their enhanced perception, humanity witnessed the full potential of Luminari hybridization. Not as a weapon, but as the next step in consciousness itself. The ability to understand the quantum nature of reality, to see the connections between all living things, to face the darkness without fear. The choice must be free, Elena declared, but it must be made quickly. The void hunger approaches, drawn by our division, our fear, our hatred. We can face it as we are and become part of it, or face it as what we might become and show it another way. Admiral Chen's hologram showed her receiving urgent communications from Earth. Global leaders, corporate executives, military commanders, all witnessing the same vision, all facing the same choice. Even united, we might fail, Chen warned. Yes, Elena agreed, her hybrid form pulsing with determination. But divided, we will certainly fall. The Luminari waited millennia for humanity to reach this point. Now we either transcend together or face the darkness alone. Mars blazed with crystalline light as the ancient machinery reached full power. In orbit, fleet commanders watched their sensors detect the void hunger's final approach. On Earth, humanity faced a moment of decision that would determine not just their survival, but their very evolution. Elena Martinez, once a simple commander, now a bridge between worlds and states of being, stood ready to guide her species toward a future none of them had imagined. The real question wasn't whether humanity would fight the darkness, but whether they would finally understand it, and in understanding, transform it. The dawn of unity had arrived. And with it, the true test of both humanity and Luminari would begin.